welcome to another episode of REDtalks.live and the beginning of the 2020 Quarantine Nerd Challenge. I don't know why I put 2020 at the beginning. I'm hoping we're not going to have a quarantine next year as well, but it's there now. Let's move on. So the first challenge, the Quarantine Nerd Challenge, is a series of tasks, each spanning 1 week, and at the end, some industry expert in that field will help me choose a winner and a runner-up. And this first challenge I'm here to announce to you today. So week 1, what we're going to do is some API chaining. So there's a lot of public APIs out there on the internet, and sometimes it can be quite fun to take information from one and feed it into another to get a result dependent on the two operating together in unison. So let's go to the demo copter. Over here I have one running that I've prepared earlier. I will upload it to the REDtalks.live GitHub repository where you can import it into your own copy of the Postman REST API client. If you don't have it, get it. Now, what I've done here is I've created a collection. It has 2 API calls. The first call is to the Internet Chuck Norris database, because why not? The second call is a Yoda translator. I wonder what that does. So let's run this first call to the Internet Chuck Norris database. And after that, it's going to come back with a Chuck Norris quote. Chuck Norris does not code in cycles, he codes in strikes. Interesting. Now what we're going to do is, so this has been, I've written a little bit of code. I'll explain that at another time. If you want to know how that works, get in touch with me. It's documented very well. This bit of code stores that response into a variable for me. There it is, up there in a variable. Now what we're going to do though, is we're going to say to the Yoda translator, can you send that variable, what I've referred to as a Norrisism, to Yoda translator? Let's send that along. And now we've got a response. Not code in cycles, Chuck Norris does. He code in strikes. It's not too bad, Yoda. There's an example, 2 completely different APIs hosted and presented by different people, and I've just mashed them together for a bit of fun. So people out there who are stuck at home in quarantine, want something to do, I'm going to throw a new challenge out each week. This is this week's. Submit them, the GitHub repository where I'm going to put this example. If you create a pull request, you can just fork that repo, create your own collection, create a pull request, or you can just email it to me at info@redtalks.live. And it'd be really cool to see what people come up with. If you don't know where to start, let me help you out with a quick example. I'm going to drag this window over. Oh, it's like magic dragging windows, isn't it? This is a fabulous place online called Public APIs. You'll never guess what's there. Public APIs with lots of different categories. So that might be a fun place to start. Here's some interesting examples. Tronal dump. No idea what that one's about. I guess I'll have to have a read. One important one that I use a lot is the on water API. If you give it longitude and latitude coordinates, it'll tell you whether you are on water or not on water. As you see with these 2 examples, water true, water false. Fantastic resource. Don't know where I was without that one. Little concerned I can only call it 15 times a minute. I might have to upgrade to the paid model to stay safe. Anyway, there's the challenge for week 1. Any questions, ask me. GitHub repo is going to be in the article that this video is embedded in. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the notes, the summary, whatever the thing's called, pointing back to REDtalks.live. And yeah, any questions, let me know. Hopefully we'll get some very entertaining, fun things come out of this. Thanks for listening.